Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Oscar's how-to video series on setting up the Eclipse IDE. In this video, we will be talking about Eclipse's debugger, its uses, and its benefits. For the purposes of this demonstration, I have set up a test class that is a basic for loop going through a list that has an array index out-of-bounds exception, and we're going to be using the debugger in order to figure out what exactly is going wrong with it. So when we start using the debugger, we want to put down breakpoints. We can set our breakpoints by going over to a line that we want to have looked at, for instance, printing out an item in the list, right-clicking on the line, and toggling breakpoint. Now that we've toggled on a breakpoint, when we run the debugger, instead of running a program like we normally would, the program should stop the first time it hits this breakpoint. We switch into the debug perspective, and now we have a suspension at our breakpoint. Eclipse gives us several options for each breakpoint: step into, step over, and step return, as well as resume, suspend, and terminate. Resume will let the program run until the next breakpoint, suspend will pause the program momentarily if it is running, and terminate will stop the program where it is. The step over command continues to the next line, ignoring any individual method calls, such as methods that are included within the Java language, such as system calls. Step into continues to the next line as the compiler will interpret the project. If a method is called, it will proceed to the called method and step through from there. Step return steps forward to the next return call, ignoring all lines between the current line and the next return. When we use these steps, we can see that we print out the first 3 items fine. However, our count overflows on the 4th item, and we find our out-of-bounds exception. Therefore, we can deduce that we are looping too many times for the amount of items in our list. Now, while this is a small-scale application of the debugger, it is one of the most powerful tools that you can use when building your projects within Eclipse. Take some time to play around with it, and you will soon see just how powerful it can be. This concludes our tutorial for the Eclipse debugger. I hope that you have found this helpful, and thank you for your time.